Good morning, my LinkedIn family. Hamas Siddiqui from Toronto, signing in with another live session with you all. And as usual, I try to bring in some guests who are exceptional, who have done something interesting, and that is kind of an opportunity for us to learn from them. And often, what I see that these guests are uh, a bit senior, maybe younger than me or at my age, but bit senior. But today I have a fascinating young girl from Malaysia. She is. I met her in an academy. We both are part of an academy, and we started talking. And she is just phenomenal. So she is a software engineer by degree, and her specialization now has built up in helping people in their career. And she does resume reviews and resume help and career advice. And right in the heart of pandemic, she was able to uh, help around 100 people to find job opportunities. And that number is growing because more and more people are coming to her. Her name is Ayu Shahirah, Ayu Shahirah. Without any delay, I will bring her now. But keep your questions ready. Hopefully, we will be able to respond to all those questions. Here you go. Hey, good morning, Ayu.
Hi, Hamad. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Your
Good to see
evening in
you
Malaysia,
too.
right?
Yeah, it's already 9 p.m. here. How about you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Great. So we already have some people joining in. So
Yeah.
and a good thing is that while we keep talking, we'll recognize them and show their name on the screen. So anyone who is with us, please comment in the comment box. I will see your comment and I will recognize you by showing your name, and it will help you build your network. Uh, what I was just talking to you that our network is building beyond where we are. Like my network is all over. Wherever I want to find someone, I will actually find someone. So,
Oh.
are you tell us something about your why software engineering and then working in the industry as a software engineer and then looking at a pivot, a new kind of adding into new flavor to your career, which is resume and career. How did it happen?
Okay, so I graduated on May 2020 from University Technology Petronas. If you know Petronas, Petronas is the company that you always see the logo at Formula One. Yeah, they have university, so I joined their university. So I Alhamdulillah, my rezeki, my luck, God give me luck to secure job one semester before I graduated. So I feel like I need to give something in return because I feel so lucky. And most of my friends they didn't manage to secure job, right? So what I did, I started to share something on LinkedIn. And challenge myself to post every single day since June 2020. So from there, until today I already helped 71 fresh graduates secure job during pandemic. So I'm still working as a software engineer, but I think it's already become a habit for me to post every day on LinkedIn and help people to do resume review and career talk as well.
Right. So you must be inundated with requests to review resumes. How do you manage that? I remember one day you were saying that you would work whole night to review few resumes to help some. Yeah.
Yeah. So
How do
what
you
I
manage that?
So basically, what I did to manage my time, I install a software called RSI Guard in my PC because in my computer because I am a software engineer. I always work in front of computer, right? So before this, I kind of a workaholic. People like my friends call me robot. Are you the robot? Because I always working like forgetting, keep on working, and then sometimes I keep on forgetting about the time. So because of thanks to that software, I whenever I overwork, or whenever I type too much or use the mouse too much, it will block my PC. I cannot do anything with my PC for like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that time I use, instead of scrolling through Instagram, yeah, sometimes I do stretching, but sometimes I just use the time to help people by giving them resume review. Because my resume review, I don't really do Zoom meeting unless it is really needed. I just reply my DM and give them and help them until they really have a very perfect resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of the issues that you see regularly on in these research? Because I do uh, career coaching and mentoring. It's been like 20 more than 25 years, and we all have our own experiences. And because I've done this across the globe in many countries, I find some similarities in people when people graduate or even at the mid-career level. What are some of the things that you see in these resumes that really need tweaking, at the entry level position?
I think most of the fresh graduate, right? They don't really know what kind of content they want to put in the resume itself, and also at the same time, there's a lot of people always rate their skills.
Hmm.
So I always remind my clients, and I always remind those fresh grad to remove all the ratings, because we don't know how to what kind of measurement that we use to know whether we are expert in that particular skills. So it's better to just list it down and prove the skills at your working experience, at the description of your working experience, and also some of the contribution. Yes.
Yeah. So one of the thing that I usually see when I talk to people, they are scared because they say that we don't have any experience. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are looking for experience. My response usually is that you have to be a good storyteller. You have studied in university level, when
True.
even if at a diploma level, this is like 2 to 3 years of experience. You have done things, you have done projects, you have worked with your professors and teachers. How do you translate that into your experience is what we call storytelling? Do you get this kind of question? How do you respond to them?
For me, I have this formula that I use to answer. We call it as behavioral question, right? For example, how do you manage due date? How do you deal with um, difficult people that don't respect you? Something like that, right? So instead, because I got rejected by one of my interview because some of the mistake I did, I applied my job like 1 year in advance. So I have a lots of time to learn. So they say if I do some mistake in the interview, I still have time to improve myself and nail the other interview, right? So
Hmm.
what I learned from the recruiters was I need to try to find something that is happening that happened in my real life. For example, like how do you deal with due date, right? Instead of just say, okay, I'll be disciplined, I'll be doing it together with my friend. No, what you can do is you can give like a real life experience. For example, I have artificial intelligence project before, but I didn't manage to finish it because of some of the errors in the coding.
Yeah.
So we tried our best to find the bugs and also try to do some tests, but we didn't make it because the due date is very soon, right? So what I did in order to overcome it would be by finding our lecturer and try to state the legit and also specific reason why we cannot submit the project on time. So because of that, my lecturer is quite satisfied with our reason, and thanks because okay, due to that, he will give us he gave us 3 more days before sending the project, something like that. So the trick will be star, STAR. Star,
Yes.
S is, yeah, S is in, T is task, right? A is action, and R is the result. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's like you have done things, but you don't really realize, because this is how your brains are programmed. Your brains are programmed that
True.
you are a newcomer, you know or a new graduate, it's very difficult to find jobs. So when you start thinking, negatively, you start thinking it's difficult to do, then it becomes difficult for you to do.
Sure.
Whereas if you are more strategic, if you exactly know, you're confident, and when you go in, I mean, okay, now even somebody like me who has worked in so many countries, uh, I can be, people can ask me questions. I would not have respond to those questions, right? Not everybody has every experience. It's just that you know that you can solve it. So what I also tell, and this is also an interesting thing, if you want to add into your conversation with these people, is that you
Yeah.
see, when you see an advertisement, uh, job advertisement, this is basically asking for a solution provider. If you are
Sure.
a solution provider, if you can prove that you can do this, I mean, you can learn and do this, and you have some experience and education to do this, then things become easy. And every employer is looking for, not everybody is looking for like GPA 3.8 kind of a student, right? At entry level. They
Sure.
need someone to come in and should be a learner and should be an implementer, should become a team player and grow with the company, because every company really wants to grow. So this is great. But how did you start? I know you are a recent active user of LinkedIn. You have really started very, very recently, and you have exploded. You have grown tremendously. Well, I mean, why LinkedIn? Why did you get in? I mean, I can say it because I've been using LinkedIn for the past 10 years. I've been coaching and training on LinkedIn. But as a young person,
Sure.
why is it important to be on LinkedIn and be active?
Okay, so for me myself, I always do some research before I create something, right? So what I did is I tried to like list down all the social media that we have. For example, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have what else? Facebook, Twitter, and also another one would be TikTok. Okay, so every single social media, they have their own different kind of mindset. Like for example, if you go to Facebook, you want to stalk your parents, you want to stalk your friends. What are they doing, right? So let's say if we go to Instagram, we can see all those fancy, luxurious influencer, right? Insta famous, right? And also we can find a quote. But for TikTok itself, we just randomly scroll because they already provide us the FYP. But for LinkedIn, I feel like LinkedIn is a place for professional growth. Meaning to say, when we log in on LinkedIn, we already have the mindset that, oh, this is for my career. This is not just things that I can play around with, something like that. So I feel like I need to invest in something for my own career growth, even though it will not be fast. It will be like it will be a long term investment. But I believe that LinkedIn is a very good place for you to grow your network, because I did some research, right? In LinkedIn alone, we have like 760 users, and out of the 760 users, only 3 million of us are doing content for in a week. Just imagine,
Yeah,
in a week. So just imagine how many people that do content every day, Hamad. Just imagine. So it's
yeah,
very little. I
yeah.
think in my place alone, I think it will be less than like 0.01 only percentage people that use. And the most fun fact will be 41% of the millionaires are using LinkedIn, and also 90 million of the users also come from like a very senior level influencer, and 63 million comes from the decision maker position on LinkedIn. So just imagine, there are no such kind of platform that we can find on the internet that have this kind of opportunity. Let's say I'm a fresh graduate. If I'm not active on LinkedIn, I don't think I can speak with you right now. You're
Oh,
even
that's true.
in Canada, right?
Yes,
So yeah, so I think it's a very good opportunity. But then, of course, if you want to find a very good opportunity like this, you need to work hard. Like for me myself, yeah, it might look easy to consistently post every day, but actually every day I will got anxiety. Like, oh, am I? Is the post good or not? But I just like try to distract myself, and for me I always try to change my mindset. Just do it first thing later. Something like
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
So what I usually say, and this is a question that comes to me all the time,
Yeah.
several times during the day, as to I am on LinkedIn, and I've been on LinkedIn for many years.
True.
but it really doesn't help me, and I don't think LinkedIn is of any good. So what I tell them is, do you have a strategy? Do you know why are you on LinkedIn? I mean,
Yeah.
you build up your profile, you added your picture or add the content, about yourself and your experiences, and that's it. Otherwise, you're just scrolling on others' posts and you are not contributing. And I mean, you rightly said, and the number has grown by the way. The latest data that has come out in January from LinkedIn is 800 million users globally.
Wow, that's
So
more.
out of 800 million users, only 1% users produce produce original quality content. Now, it's not difficult. I mean, now you also know that it's not difficult. You may get anxiety because you're doing so many other things.
Yeah.
But if we have a strategy, so when I coach my clients on LinkedIn optimization and content creation and network building, I always say, okay, don't do it in a rush. On a Sunday or a Saturday when you are off, when you have just 1 hour uh, time free available, because you have to make a commitment. If you really want to gain something, you have to commit to it, right?
True.
um, so just have a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever, and just relax on your laptop, create a Word document, and start putting your thoughts. Okay, this is what I did during the week. I interviewed someone, or I was interviewed by someone. I read something, and just build a bit of inspiration from that. And it should not be exhaustive. If you are like 5, 6, 8 lines on LinkedIn, but the content is meaningful for people. If there is a story, there is you're sharing some
True.
knowledge, or asking questions that actually sparks conversation. And conversations are really important on LinkedIn. So those who are on LinkedIn, I'm sure there are many people here who have joined in are on LinkedIn. Just one extra tip for you is to add value to your LinkedIn, which means add
True.
quality content, be it like short 3 liners, 4 liners. Uh, show yourself that you are a thought leader, and then anybody can be a thought leader, right? You read a book, you can pick something up from the book, share that with your own comments. Okay, this is what I learned from this quotation, for instance.
True.
And this is how you'll start building reputation, trust, your own network. And also, when you are on somebody else's post, if you just pushing a like button, if you add a meaningful comment to it rather than just saying great, good, awesome, just a meaningful comment that actually builds relationship. That shows that you can think, and you're a contributor. So these are some of the things that people usually miss out, particularly
True.
not only young people, but even those who have been on LinkedIn for years. What is your growth like on LinkedIn? Where did you start from, and where you are at this moment?
I started LinkedIn like 9 months ago. Nine
Okay.
months ago, I only had like one followers. Ahmad. Just imagine, I don't even know who's my followers that time. So I just started, and then like when I start to like, I was like, okay, let's just see how it goes, because like my case, right, most of the fresh graduate, they join LinkedIn because they want to find job. But then for me myself, I don't have things that I want to find, because I already have, like, for example, degree. I already have my degree, and then the job I already secure one. So what I did, maybe I just help people. I think maybe that's the reason why my engagement, and also the things that I get is like a little bit extra from the others, right? Because I always believe that the more you give, the more you get. Yes, we get connected with a lots of people, but the things about doing network, I always believe that we need to give value to the others first, then we expect them to give us back, because people only want to connect. We want to network with people that they see have value, and also because for me, network should be mutual. For example, right now, I help you, you help me as well, right? That's why we can get connected and we can be friends. But then if, let's say, especially like me myself, I'm just a fresh graduate. So in order for me to have a very very high quality circle, I need to build my reputation. But how? Because I'm just a fresh graduate. So what I did, I think that LinkedIn really give me this opportunity. So because I shared my achievement, because people see the value in me, yeah. Even experts like you also, you still want to be friend with me, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always
So,
believe. Yeah. Mm.
yeah. How many you have added in the last 9 months? How many followers and connections do you have?
Within 9 months, now I already have 17K.
17,000.
Yeah,
Seventeen
seventeen
thousand. So
thousand.
she's actually above halfway allocated connections, right? You can only have
Yes,
30,000 first degree connections on LinkedIn, and she has passed that 50% mark. So she has to be more careful when she's connecting with people. So what I suggest, when you reach 20,000, switch off your connection button and let people follow you, so
yeah,
that you
sure.
become you then, I mean, 10,000 is still a big number, but then you can be a bit selective, which is fine. And people
Sure.
can still follow your content, because at the end of the day, they are looking for help. And
Yes.
anybody who really wants to connect direct with you should be able to use the other options to do that, to do so. You absolutely said you pinpointed it. What I tell in my training sessions, and this is something that people miss out in a big way, that if you draw a pyramid, if you have a pyramid of everybody who is on LinkedIn, so in this pyramid, everybody, 800 million people,
Sure.
the biggest portion of the pyramid is full of seekers, people who are looking for job, people who are looking for opportunities.
Sure.
There's only that tip, that top maybe 5%, 3% people at the top tip, who are the givers, who are contributing. Okay, they are doing their businesses, they are doing other things to earn money, which is a fair right for anybody to do so. Um, the but if anybody in the bigger pool of seekers, if they try to come and place themselves in the pool of givers, there's a less competition.
Yes. True.
Hardly any competition. Once you start giving, you will start automatically receiving. So people connect with you for work. They will pay your fee. They can take your advice. But you have to be a very strategic. You have to place yourself in a very strategic position to come out of seeker's
True.
position and become a giver. This is exactly what you did. You could have started your LinkedIn 9 months ago looking for an opportunity rather than giving an opportunity,
Yes. True.
right? This is exactly what you did. And in 9 months, you you kind of exploded. I always say exploded. You grew rapidly from one follower to 17,000 followers, and these followers are everywhere. Like, I follow you. There are other people in North America who follow you. People from Australia follow you.
True.
I mean, if even if they're like silent listeners or silent viewers, they are following your content, and that's really important, because that puts kind of a value to our content. So, for instance, this I'm not sure how many people are online with us, uh, whatever. But in 24 hours, uh, people will get up again, and people will get up here in this part of the world, and they will watch it. So maybe we'll have
True.
a viewership of 1,000, 1,500 people by the end of 24 hours. And all these people will be benefited by this conversation. Just to if you look at from that perspective, okay, this is not a chat, this is a discussion as to how a young person who's really came out of the university and grew, uh, just because she was interested in helping people initially, and this actually has become an extra, what you call extra hustle on the side
Yeah.
for you.
Extra hustle for
Yeah,
me. Like, yeah.
yeah, and it's bringing in some extra income. Your reputation is growing, and this is how things can go from this level to next level. It could become your full-time business. You become so popular that everybody will start looking at you for a career advice, and, resume reviews and stuff, and you grow your team. This is how it happens. So. If you are talking to a group of young people who have just graduated, regardless of what their degree may be, what are three things you will tell them to do on LinkedIn? to get attention? Three things. Yeah.
Three things. Okay, only three. Okay, so the first one would be first find a very good post and comment on that post, especially those who are very active on LinkedIn. Because when you give, but then make sure that you give a very insightful comment, not just say well said, agree, amazing post. You should give your thoughts. Let's say, one of my posts I tried to share about money is. We money is everything, for example, right? So and then there's a discussion there, so you can join the discussion. And then when people look at your thoughts and your opinion is very good, they will stop you, they will click on your profile and they will look at you. So that's when you can create a community on LinkedIn. That is the first. The second one would be make sure that your profile is all star profile, meaning to say your profile should be complete. You have your headline, you have your picture, profile picture, you have your banner, and you fill in all of those blank space, right? And then after that, the third one would be try to post. Just make try to like try to treat your LinkedIn like your professional diary. So let's say, are you what happened if I don't have any engagement? Maybe I just expect like at least 10, only 10 likes, but can't even get 10 likes. It's okay, because everything have we need to start first, then the growth will go will the growth will come later. As long as you start first, and then because right, usually if let's say if you just started, for example, like me myself, I just started posting videos, right? So I think so eventually, day by day I learn to improve myself. So just start to post, and let's say if you don't know how to post, you just can approach anyone on LinkedIn, because people are very friendly here, right?
Yes.
Am I?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I'm sure you get tons of DMs every day. I get tons of DMs every day. Some are so
True.
irrelevant, so
Yes.
irrelevant. I've even given my WhatsApp number on
Mm.
my banner. So some people write to me. For instance, the other day
Wow.
I had somebody contacting me. I mean, they do it all the time. I mean, so but usually they are not really well. Not everyone, but most of them are looking for a job without knowing how to look for a job. And of
True.
course, we can't really help those people. You have to have your direction set, and you have to build your foundation before you start going. So great suggestions, fantastic suggestions. I think building your trust on LinkedIn is the key to success, and the
True.
trust takes time. Not everybody will jump onto your content. It takes time. They will watch, they
Mm.
will see, and slowly you will start seeing traction. And again, think what is one thing that you can help people with. It could be very simple thing. You did a very simple thing. You were just reviewing resume, right? You did a very simple thing, and you have to have a very good profile, which means uh, meaningful profile, which means searchable profile. There could be tons of things, within all-star profile. There could be tons of things that you can look at. But if you can afford, maybe join a course that takes you from where you are to the next level. I mean, see, success comes with time. It is not an overnight
True.
thing. It took you 4 years to pass your degree, right? 4 years.
3.5.
3.5. So almost 4 years, right? Three and a
Yeah.
half years. It took you 3.5 years to pass your degree to start earning, right? It was not that you entered in the university and you passed like next day
Mm.
or in a month's time. So there's a process. Process has to be adopted. If we don't have adopt the process and we just sit on the sidelines and expect someone else to do it for you, then it won't work. So I always say, investing in yourself is the best investment that you can make, and that really can help you grow. Uh, so, what's the plan? What is happening next? And I know you're becoming a global fame. Uh, you will
No,
be
yeah.
inundated with applications, with requests. What is like more structured plan as to where do you want to really go from here? Because I really want to kind of ask you this question, because this is like motivational, this is inspirational
True.
for other young people and not so young people also. There are so many people who struggle. So your thought process hopefully will help them also improve their thought process. Please go ahead.
I think the first one would be I feel like I need to Of course, I need to gain more followers so that I can reach out more youngster out there, more people that finding job. So every time I share something, more people can read it, more people can share it, and more people can get benefits from it. That's one first. So I'm targeting to get. I'm not sure whether I can get it or not, but I will try my best. 100K by end of
Mhm.
this year. For the second one will be, now I'm just helping all the local fresh graduate, right? Or from Malaysia, especially. But I will try my best to expand my networking to overseas. Maybe maybe collaborate with you in Canada as well, right? So
Yeah.
we can help. Yeah, we can help those fresh graduate from the other country as well. So everyone can benefit from it, because I think finding job is just the same. But then as long as we know the right way, it will be a little bit easier if you just instead of you just trying an error, right? Because you have the guidance. Let's say if you don't know what to do, if let's say if you find any challenges, you can just directly ask, right? You can
Yeah.
directly ask, and we are happy to help. That will be second. And the third one is, I really want to have like my own LinkedIn live, like what you have, right? So what I plan to do, I will try my best to provide, like, try to invite and try to collaborate with a very amazing people that I think most of the fresh graduate nowadays feel like, oh, they are not approachable. But for me, I think if we put ourselves in somebody that they can look up to as well. For example, like me myself, people always look at, oh, we're young as a weakness. For me, I'm young, I put it as my unique selling proposition, because still have time to do mistake, right? If you're for I always remember what my mentor said, that if you don't make mistake, you are in your comfort zone. That's why don't do mistake. That's why. So just try first. Let's say if you do mistake, it's okay, because we're human. And like me myself, I'm still young. I'm just 24 years old, try to discover the world, right? Yeah, I can learn from you, Hamad, because you already have all those experience. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So this is fantastic. See, the thing is that ambition, strategy, and three things: ambition, strategy, and implementation.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a message for everyone who is watching it. So particularly youngish people, if you're ambitious enough, if you have a strategy, and if you're implementing, there will be results. I remember a very famous quote from Tony Robbins. He says, to change to change the result, you have to change the output and the process. So
Yeah,
if you change the output and the process, the result will be different. It's
true,
scientific, it's proven, and anybody can make mistake. Like, I still make mistake after tons of experience, right? And I enjoy my mistake. I accept that I've made mistake, right? If I don't make mistake, I can't grow. Very simple.
true, true. That's very, very true.
Make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, seek help. If you don't know something, seek help. And once you learn it, then start kind of expanding your knowledge, or sharing that knowledge with other people, so that other people also get benefit. So if we continuously, and Duncan, I think, said somewhere, it's like a vicious circle. So absolutely, Duncan, it is a vicious circle. And if this vicious circle continues, we will see things happening. We'll see people being successful. There's a lot of people out there who are looking for a job, and there are a lot of jobs also, but they can't find those people. Only LinkedIn, 24 million job opportunities on LinkedIn. Now, how
True.
many people actually know that, right? And I mean, it's just a time difference. Otherwise, I could see, because I do a lot of like speaking to the young people in colleges here in not but in Canada, and they one thing that I really realized, they all say that they're on LinkedIn, well, almost all of them, but they don't know what LinkedIn can do for them. So
True.
I was talking to a big group of students who just passing out from Georgian College in Toronto, and they're all in project management. Now, project management. So I asked them, how many job opportunities do you think were posted on LinkedIn in the past 24 hours at entry level? They had no clue. Now, if you don't know what's happening in a job market, and if you're just believing on hearsay, then it won't work. So you have to be strategic. You must know. Now, project management, according to LinkedIn's data, is the second highest in demand profession. Think about it. second highest. First one is software engineering, by the way. So, and this data is available. So if we are jumping on to something, if we don't know how cold or how warm the
True.
water is, we can't prepare ourselves.
Indeed.
So, uh, yes, Alia, you are absolutely right with that. So, any last word? Because we thought we will continue for 30 minutes, and we're already 35 minutes. I know you have to go also.
I really like I'm curious, Hamad, can you share maybe because we have some of the new I think it's a new audience for you from Malaysia, right? So maybe you can tell a little bit about your experience. How do you start on LinkedIn and maybe some of the achievement that you get from
Yeah.
LinkedIn? Yeah, that
Yeah,
will be
so
interesting.
I'm as I said earlier, I'm an early adopter. So I adopted social media when it was happening in 2008, 2009, 2010. Mostly Facebook, Twitter, and bit of LinkedIn. Frankly speaking,
Mm.
I was working. So my very quickly, my background is in economic policy. So I worked with British government for 17 years. I worked with a U.S. very large not-for-profit based in Washington D.C. for 14 years, and with them I worked actually in 10 countries, from
Wow.
Turkey, Turkey, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Cambodia, Philippines, Thailand,
Oh my god.
Papua New Guinea. So I actually physically worked in those countries, in those environments. So I understand what the what the issue may be, right? From the economic perspective. So anyway, so to cut the long story short, coaching and mentoring had always been a passion. I'd been coaching and mentoring for past 25 years, more than 25 years now. I've authored books. LinkedIn is something that is always, uh, you know, s- uh, what I call the missing piece in the whole pie for everybody. People are on Facebook. Facebook is easy. You can share whatever you want to share, and it will not help you, frankly speaking. Twitter will maybe help you, but LinkedIn is direct. LinkedIn is professional people. LinkedIn is people who
True.
are either helping people, or you can be part of people who are seeking help also. There is nothing wrong with that. But you can stand out because there are fewer people. You don't have to shout, and you are not a noise. You can be a
True.
voice. This is what I say. On LinkedIn you can be a voice. On Facebook, on Instagram, and all that, you're a noise. Nobody will understand you. It's easy to build community. So this is what I said. When I moved to Canada, we originally moved to Canada like in the year 2000, but because I was working, I went back, and my mother lives there, and everybody lives there. So we finally came back in 2019, and I was still working with this US organization, but I finished working with them on 31st of March 2020, same like you. And on 1st of April, I started my own LinkedIn coaching business. So
Mm.
LinkedIn coaching and LinkedIn optimization, and I help my clients uh, build their LinkedIn profile targeted, which means that they need to target the keywords and everything. So I do
Mm.
it for them based on our what a goal setting that we do together. The other thing that I'm doing, I've launched a training program for those who for them, if that's a more expensive part of it, they can join in my training program, which is an 8 week training program, 1 hour every week, in which in a group I actually coach from starting from how do you set your goals on LinkedIn, and how do you move on and do your optimization, and how do you write content, so that you don't have anxiety and you continuously keep posting content. What kind of content is there? Because I try to learn algorithm, on a regular basis. By the way, they keep changing algorithm. So experiment. All those who are here with us, and you also, start sharing polls this week. You will see more traction because LinkedIn has kind of loosened up its algorithm for polls in the past 8 9 days. So if you start posting polls, you will see more people commenting and more people. Even just post
Mm.
like longer posts, just share these. Even pick something up from this conversation or other conversation,
Sure.
make a poll, and you will see more people connecting with you through polls. So do that, and so this is what I do. So my coaching session, the next class, by the way, is starting on 14th of March, 2020. If anybody is interested in joining in, you can always DM me, and and I'm looking forward to work very closely with AU. We are talking about few things. and uh, expect something coming out maybe in a couple of weeks' time or a month's time to target to kind of help you do whatever you're doing in a more better fashion.
Yeah, that will be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. So looking forward, Ayu, thanks for your time. 40 minutes. We said
Yeah,
30 minutes,
no
we have
worries.
40 minutes. And thanks to everyone who has joined us. You are amazing. We all are amazing. We just have to show our amazingness, as I always say. And be part of our community, because this is how you grow. You have to build, expand your community on a regular basis and bring more and more people in that community and be part of the community and communicate with the community. With that, thank you very much, Ayu. I'll put you backstage and all the clap for you. And it's late in the evening. I don't
Thank
know
you.
if you even had your dinner, but let's talk again soon.
Mhm.
And anybody who's interested from my group to join Ayu, please follow her. Anybody from her group wants to follow me, please do so. And stay connected. That's how you grow. Thank you
Yeah,
very
sure.
much.
Okay, thanks,
Bye
Hamad.
bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, then. I hope you all had enjoyed the discussion with this fascinating young software engineer who is coaching people how to find their opportunities right in the heart of pandemic, which is still happening, which is still going on. So build your network. Your network is your net worth. Keep growing your net worth, and that will yield results. It may happen soon. For her it's only 9 months, but for some it may take a little longer. But stay consistent, keep doing it, and you will be the winner. Thank you very much. Goodbye from Toronto.